Hey guys. Ooh. Welcome to Best Green Homestead. In today's video, we're going to show you how to candle eggs. Would you just look at that? Pretty cool, huh? We've got a bunch of eggs here we're going to candle. I'll turn on the lights and we'll get going. Hey there everyone, welcome back to Best Green Homestead. In today's video we're going to show you how to candle some duck eggs as well as some chicken eggs here. No matter what color they are, you can candle through them. The only thing is these darker eggs like these black copper Morans near my thumb here, this one's not as dark as some of them are. They can be a little bit more difficult to candle. So when in doubt, just don't throw it out because you don't want to throw out a good embryo. Had to add this one in. See that embryo moving? Look at that. So cool. See how it like orbits around and comes closer to the shell in a way? Okay, so leave a comment down below if you want to see a video on how to prepare for hatching your eggs and the entire incubating as well as the hatching process. We're thinking about maybe doing an in-depth video showing the entire process, all the little nooks and crannies that you can learn along the way, and how to tweak that incubation and that hatching period to get it just perfect. And we've gotten up to 100% hatch rates in the past this way. First tip for that is storing your eggs properly prior to incubation. We have them stored in the basement, down on the floor where it's cooler. Not as cool as would be ideal, but we still have great hatch rates this way, and we keep them on automatic turning racks that turn them about 6 times a day to exercise that embryo, more so the embryo's not developing yet, but to make sure that that yolk doesn't stick to the side of the egg, and then the whole chick will actually develop on one side of your egg, and then that's going to be no good. They might do okay, but they're more likely to have deformities or issues. So what is candling? Candling is, you don't really use a candle, you use a flashlight. Maybe they used to use a candle, and back in the day they probably did. You can actually hatch an egg from just a candle if you get the temperature right, but you use a flashlight. This one doesn't fit around the egg perfectly, so you can see when you put this around an egg, it doesn't really seal the best. I actually have a candling flashlight ordered. Our last one broke, but that way you want the flashlight to go over the top of the egg perfectly so that it seals the light and there's no light escaping to kind of blind you when you're trying to look inside the egg. So the reason you do this is you want to see the development of the embryo during incubation. It's also really cool to see, as you'll see in a moment, the spider webbing. You can see the embryo orbiting around inside the egg. You can see the chick starting to develop, and eventually you can see the fluff, and you can see the toes in there if you got a good enough light and it's a good see-through egg. So you want to do this about day 7 or 8 initially. You don't have to, but this way you'll be able to see whether your eggs are, were they viable, were they developing, is there blood, that means they were fertilized. If there's a blood ring around the outside of the egg, then that means it's like the ring of death, I call it. So they started to develop, that means they were fertilized by the rooster, and then they died. So you can see normally if you have a lot developing and dying, then you have an issue with probably your hatcher and not your fertilization. So you can kind of narrow down your issues, and then you can tweak that and perfect it. So what are you looking for when you're candling an egg? What you're looking for is day 7. You're looking for that spider webbing and an embryo just starting to form. We'll show you that in a moment. Now, what are you wanting to look to not have? The best way to show you that is let's show you what a candled egg looks like before it ever starts incubating. We'll grab one of these eggs. We're going to turn the lights off. It's going to get dark for a second as we're showing the candling, and we'll show you what they look like, just the yolk inside before they're incubating, or if they're not fertilized and never start developing while you're incubating them. Okay, we got the lights out. This is a really cool process for kids to watch this video or to try this at home if you're doing your own incubation. It's really neat, the science, to watch the egg develop inside the chick, develop inside the egg, or the duckling, or the gosling. So we have goose eggs we're doing soon. We can probably show you those. Today we got duck eggs, I got a candle, and we got some chicken eggs. So for right now, I'll try and grab an egg. Okay, so you can kind of see here, just yellow. With these white duck eggs, it's really easy to see. So it just looks yellow, like what's going on here, nothing. Those are some bad eggs I gotta take out. You know, nothing, no blood, no nothing, but you do notice you can candle them before you put them in the incubator. So here you see that little circle at the top, that's the air sac. And see how it's small, that'll get larger as they're incubating. You can actually tweak your humidity, and you can know whether your air sac's too big or too small, so you can adjust your humidity up or down to get the right humidity, because it's supposed to grow at a certain percentage per day. So by day 18, when the duck eggs are due to go on lockdown, chicken eggs, duck eggs are longer. Chicken eggs are due at day 18 to go on lockdown. They should have a substantially bigger air sac so they can breathe when they poke into that. So you're looking, you can see if they're cracked, you'll be able to see hairline cracks. So you can also do it this way. So that's just a regular egg. It's kind of flashing in the camera, but so if you see an egg like this, you'll see one. This means it's not fertilized. If it's day 7 in the incubator, nothing's happening. They're either not fertilized or your temperature's way off. So I can show you quick here. There's a chicken egg. It's going to be the same thing. I'll show you duck eggs first, but same thing, chicken egg, duck egg. They just develop a little bit faster. Ducks, you might want to candle them a little bit later, more like day 10 rather than day 7 or 8. Now, if I grab one of these darker eggs over here, I can show you how it's quite a bit more difficult to see inside, especially if you got a really dark Moran egg. We just changed the batteries in this flashlight, so it's a lot better. And then these yellow ones, these blue eggs, they look yellow under the light, but same thing. You can see this is an opal crested leg bar egg. You can see the circle there. So just to give you an idea, I'll show you a goose egg next. So we've got all these goose eggs here that I'm actually putting in the incubator. So I'll show you one of them quickly. Okay, and there's a goose egg, same kind of thing. You can see that air sac. I don't know if I mentioned, so another thing you're looking for is that air sac dislodged. Your air sac should always be at the top of the egg. The top as in pointy end of the egg goes down, and your air sac should be at the right end. I'll have to check that one more in depth, but I think it might be dislodged actually. So if they're shaking too much, see now this, I think that's just a scratch mark from one of their claws, but something like that will be kind of what a hairline crack looks like. In the winter time, you'll be more likely to get them. So if I turn it on its side, I think maybe that is the air sac there. I was candling them earlier. Anyways, I could do a separate video on candling goose eggs as we're developing them. If you want to see our goose eggs developing as we're incubating and hatching these, leave a comment below that you want to see that, and we'll make sure to make a video for you of that, because we're really excited. We got about 40 to go in here. So without further delay, let's see the good part. I've got some of these duck eggs that are ready to come out. We like to cool the duck eggs for 10 minutes and spray them. So we cool them from day 7 until lockdown. which is they're 28 days to hatch. These duck eggs are 28.5, so they're due to be cooled and sprayed for that whole period. I'm just gonna close that. So I'm gonna set a timer, or I'll just kind of time it with this as I'm candling them about 10 minutes, and then I mist them and put them back in. We'll show you that too. Okay, so now I'll show you very quickly. I'm gonna show you how, when you get good at it, how quickly you can identify whether they're good or not and take them out and move on, or you can look at them more closely. So I can just go and see good, 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 bad, good, 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 good. So I can take that one out. Good, 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 bad. Good, good, oh, bad. Good, 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 good. So these are a lot easier to tell with the white shells than a regular chicken egg. So now we'll show you more in depth. I'll put the flashlight up on end here to show you. And we'll take one of these. See, looks just like the ones that didn't start incubating. So that's not fertilized. That's the drake's fault. That's not the incubator's fault. Now, I'd like to see if we had one with a blood ring. I had one the other day I could have showed you. But what does a good one look like? Ooh. Pretty cool looking. Camera doesn't do it justice, but it's got quite the blood veins there. You're looking for spider-webbed blood veins or any kind of sign of red. Now, the blood ring will be right around the bottom. It'll be kind of a ring around the egg, like if it's in here. If it's in here, it'll be like a ring around the outside like that. So now you guys probably want to see something a little more developed. So let's show you some that are more developed and have an embryo orbiting. That's really cool. So you can see right there, that will be the embryo if you're more curious about it. And you can see you can kind of see the, you can put your hand around it to block it a bit, the spider-webbed veins. So all these are gonna look just about the same. So I won't bore you with that too much longer. Those need to cool a little bit more, so while I'm at it, let's grab some that are a little bit more developed and show you those. So I turned the light back on here. So now we've got, in this incubator, this has just duck eggs in it. So we've got some on different levels. So you can see here, we've got ducks. So I write it with little painter's tape. So we're hatch April 5th, 2 trays. So these ones I already cooled. So I might be able to just come here and kind of show you right here quick. Now I'm not too worried about these getting too cold because we cool them every day anyways. So these are due to hatch April 5th. It's the 26th of March, so they're pretty far along. Got try and show you better here. So at this point, you're really just looking for it to be really dark, and you can probably start to see the actual duck moving around. These are due to hatch this coming weekend in about a week, so see how dark that is. That's what you want to see. I already actually took out all the bad ones in here, so you're not going to see any of them. So all these eggs are viable. So see how those are really dark. So I should have showed you kind of in order. That's my bad. So if I pull this tray out, I'll come back with you in a second. Okay, so we actually had 3 trays in. So these are actually all the same. These are day 8 right now. So I didn't candle these ones. I guess were the only ones I didn't. Just good, good, good. Good. See, that one's bad. So you don't need to take them out. That one's bad. That one's good. Good, good, good. So there's a few bad ones in here. I'm not going to take them out right now. I just wanted to show you. So these are all the same development phase. Some might be slightly faster developing than others, but let's get some further developed ones. Sorry, I got the camera the wrong way here. Okay, so these eggs here are about day 17 and these are 19. So we'll show you them. These are close together. Take one of these. So see how, I think these were 17. Yeah, so these ones are a little earlier along. So the first ones I showed you, then it would be these ones, then it'll be the next ones. So see how, sorry, I'm a bad cameraman here. See how it's pretty dark, but there's still quite a bit of light. So how it's developing along. That's probably the duckling, more so on that side. Probably call it a duckling at this point. So there you can see, same thing. I'll do one more of these, same kind of looking thing. See it moving? Okay, I don't want to keep them. Oh, guess it's turning on me. Good thing I got them back in. Okay, so and then these ones are like day 19. So a little further along, a little darker, a little bit bigger air sac. See that air sac at the top near the palm of my hand? So those are all what things you're looking for. And then if you happen to candle them when they're right about to hatch, if you were candling them at that point, you might be able to see their beak poking out into there. We've accidentally been a little late sometimes in seeing that. So if they're, so you saw when they were like day 7 or 8 or so, then 17, then 19, and then we showed you the ones that I showed you in here earlier that were about a week away from hatching. They're a little older than that, so they're about ready to, they're the most developed. So I showed you those ones a little before. I should have showed you them earlier. And then we had some ducks that just hatched. So okay, I gotta get these back in now, so I gotta hold the turning rack button, turn the tray. There we go. Open it up. And I'll slide these ones back in. These ones I already cooled and sprayed earlier, so they're good for today. They got a little extra cooling, but that's just Mama Duck got off the nest once more. I'll flick the auto turner back on. Don't forget that, and it'll turn back again. Okay, now I'm due to spray these, so I just give them a mist with some kind of room temperature water. Now, when you're doing this, if they cool too much, if they're cool to the touch, then you did it too long. I still feel they're a little warm even after misting them. So those are good, and we'll get them back in. Okay, there we go. Now, you guys want to see some chicken eggs? Yeah? Okay, let's look at some chicken eggs. Let's look at, I know you want to see them. You're looking at them. I heard you talking to yourself, oh, I wish he showed us those chicken eggs. I wanted to see some chicken eggs too, because I hatch chicken eggs the most. Okay, so similar thing. Let's see how far along these ones are. We're, ooh, they're pretty far along. Okay, we'll show you these. So these are day 15. So these ones we actually had. So that one I don't think is good. We had some bad fertility with some of them. So that, see how it's dark. You can see the air sac there. So that one's good. Our wheat Americanas are been 100% fertility rate, just outstanding all winter long. So you can see these ones are 15s, so day 18, they're 3 days to going on lockdown, so I shouldn't maybe mess with them too much, but you can see kind of what you're looking for here. I'll maybe do this video again when I got a better candler. But see that air sac there? See how it's quite a bit bigger than I showed you with the original eggs? So I'm looking at it here, and I'm thinking that it's not quite day 18, but that air sac's a good size, maybe a little bit too small if anything. And that means they might have not enough air to breathe in there when they hatch, but I think we have the incubators tweaked in pretty good, but change of seasons here, so it's getting a little bit more humid, so I might need to dry out my incubator and get a little bit less humidity in there. Okay, so got those ones back in. Now, I think you guys want to see some chicken eggs on day 7 or so. How about we do that? Close that one up. Got incubator here. Oh, this one didn't turn yet, but I better turn the switch off here. That'll keep it from turning on me. Got some duck eggs that just went in, so you won't really see anything on those. But we got March 19th, so we're 7, oh perfect. Sorry about that. 7 days or so on these ones. Get the light off here, and flashlight. What do we got? Looks a little dark. Let me come through like this. Let me get the, sorry, date right. So, oh, that's why. So, okay, these are day 7. These are, no, they're the same. They're both, thought I had 2 tags. I thought I just combined them when I candled them. Looks like the air sacs. I'm just a little confused because the air sacs look like they're too big for how far along they are. So I think this is a new incubator I got going. I think I saw some blood rings in here, so I think my temperature was a little high. I actually adjusted that tonight. So there's a prime example, actually, what you're looking for. So I can just kind of tell now by the size of the air sac if it's too dry or too moist, and you can kind of adjust accordingly. Some people dry hatch. I don't like that idea because I think you should adjust the humidity according to your room. Maybe dry hatch depending on your climate, but see how big that air sac looks like for day 7. That's way too big. So that's telling me that it's too dry in here. So I don't have a proper pan. I ordered a new in the top there. They've got the GQF humidity. It's like the tray with the wick pads. So I have wick pads in with the ducks because they require a higher humidity during incubation. I usually don't, but inside this incubator, and I'll turn the light on and show you. Oh, sorry. So yeah, I think it's a little dry because the air sacs are too big. So in this incubator, I've just got this tray right now. So it's a smaller surface area, and the humidity is all based on surface area, not volume. So this is about half the surface area. I was thinking since it was getting more moist that it would maybe be enough, but you can adjust that by adding a bigger pan or normally adding the wick pads inside of the tray. And another thing you can do to adjust the humidity, here is one of the newer GQFs. You can remove some of these to make it drier, or add them in to make it more humid. So I could close off stuff to make this more humid. So at the back, it's got these. So I've got that open too much, I suppose. Maybe they fell open on me. So I should close those, make it more humid. Here, I can show you in this one over here. So see how in this one we've got the wick pad. So with the duck eggs here I showed you, we've got that wick pad. This one also has the float and the hose that goes to a water reserve system there. This is the GQF one. I just made my own there with a bucket. You can kind of rig up your own. I ordered another one of these, so I'll set that up on that other incubator that's too dry. So you have your 2 wick pads. You can also use sponges. We have some sponges. You can add them. And another thing you can do, we've done, is if you need to make it drier, if one whole pan is too much. In our climate here in Canada, it gets really humid in the winter, in the summer months. So we actually sometimes cover up with tin foil or plastic wrap some of this to kind of, it stops some of the humidity from rising up and keeps the humidity, keeps it a little drier when it's really wet. Keeps less water, or just dry hatch during that period, I guess, is another option. Okay, I thought I'd show you there now. See, I got that closed up most of the way. This one's basically closed up all the way, so that will block a lot of the moisture from circulating out of the incubator. That should make it more moist in there and fix my problem. So when you're incubating and you notice that the air sac is getting too big like that, like we just saw here, like I said, that changes things. So the way you can adjust that is you have time to adjust that while you're incubating. So you can actually close things off, make it more humid in there, and cause it to dry out less, and correct that during the incubation period, as long as you catch it early enough on. Or you can make it more humid, you know, whatever you need to do, more dry, more humid, to make that air sac bigger or smaller. Obviously, if it's drier in there, it's gonna dry the egg out too much, and it's gonna be too small of a space for the chick to develop, and too big of an air sac, and they don't have as much space to develop. But like I said in another video, if it's not a big enough air sac, they can't breathe when they pip. If it's too big of an air sac, they can't develop properly as they're developing. So that's the reasons behind it, and that's how you can see, so you can get a lot of them to hatch, like those eggs there. So doing this can tweak, and you can get a much better percentage hatch rate. So thanks for watching till the end. If you watched this, that's how we explained how to candle, why you candle, what you're looking for, what you can see. You don't want a blood ring, you want to see veins, then you want to see an orbiting embryo, and then you want to see something starting to develop, and the embryo will get bigger and bigger until you can see it moving around in there. You can actually kind of see a chick developing, and it's pretty neat. When I get a better candling flashlight, I'll be able to show you that better again. And if you like this, you might like our previous video. We went more in depth on how to tweak and adjust your humidity in your incubator using a hydrometer, thermometer combo kind of thing. That's these in the side, and there's the little wick, and how to read it on the chart. If you go to our channel, you can find that video on how to do that, as well as we have a video that's got 2.7 thousand views now on a review video of when we set this one up, our second GQF Professional 1500 incubator. If you want to see review videos on some of the older ones, I'm gonna fix one of these right now. If you want to see a video on that, let me know. I don't know if I'm gonna do a video on that because it's getting really late and I don't have time, and I gotta get these goose eggs in. So comment down below also if you want to see these goose eggs hatching, incubating, hatching, candling, all that stuff. Also, if you want to see other videos on this, if there's anything particularly that you would like to see, let us know. Like I said, I'm going to do a video on step-by-step 101 how to incubate, the basics, probably using a Humidity like some of these ones up here, your tabletop styrofoam ones that we started with, that everyone typically starts with, and you know, how to breed, how to whatever, all that stuff. We can get into that. Don't mind my scruff. Haven't shaved much lately here. We've got a baby due in just a few days now, our second baby, so that's really exciting. But I've been working all evening to get the basement finished, and we got the paint up and the flooring's going down today, and hopefully we can get that done in time. But I have been not getting the best sleep and not shaving. But anyways, that's this video. If you like it, please give a thumbs up. Helps out our channel, helps us be able to make some more videos like this. And be sure to subscribe if you want to be notified with more videos like this. Hit that bell. Subscribing helps out our channels. It's really difficult getting subscribers, we find, on YouTube. A lot of people just play by and watch the videos, don't have an account or whatever, but it would be much appreciated. Our family would appreciate it if you made a quick Gmail account there, signed up for YouTube. You don't need to pay anything for any of it, and you get a Gmail account, you get a YouTube account, you can save some playlists and stuff, and it's nice to have for YouTube anyways. You can save your favorite videos in different playlists, like we have one for homesteading, and one for fruit tree growing, and one for incubators, and everything we've learned along the way from other YouTubers that are really helpful. So yeah, if you go make a channel quick, hit the subscribe button, that'd help us out. To keep making videos like this, to give us some motivation and whatnot. Yeah, the channel's growing pretty quick, so we appreciate all the subscribers we do have and everyone that does watch the videos. And you can also find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube obviously, but Facebook as well. So like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, TikTok if you like. We kind of got different content. Sometimes Facebook and Instagram's some of the same stuff, but we've got different content coming around. So if we've got exclusive pictures up on Instagram and everything like that, so we've got pictures of our breeds and this and that, and some stuff that we don't really have in our videos, and you know, those close-up pictures and videos, sometimes more detailed stuff, so you can get some of that. We try to do educational posts in Instagram, so we do like whole write-ups. We have a small like orchard, bunch of berry bushes, you know, peach trees and apple trees, pear trees. We've got blueberries, blackberries. We're doing asparagus this year, big organic heritage garden. We're getting into bees. We do live edge milling, the hatching, the incubating, the breeding, basically trying to grow everything and do everything ourselves, construction, mechanic work. Any of that stuff interests you, we're going to be getting into all of it in the near future if we haven't already. Rotational pasture, regenerative agriculture, good food, clean food, organic fed, you know, grass fed. We've got cattle, grass fed cattle. We feed our family. We do not buy meat from the grocery store. Sorry, we don't need to buy meat. We have an excess of meat, but we do buy some fish if I don't have as much time to go fishing with all the birds. And we trade some people for fish and pig and stuff like this. So we're trying to grow as much healthy food for our family as possible. That's why we got into this. But we've gotten into the hatching and the incubating and stuff. It's a hobby. We like it. We enjoy it. The chicks, our daughter likes them and stuff. So we get chicks and goslings and ducklings to people, and we get some enjoyment out of it in the process, as well as get to grow a bunch of birds, and we eat a bunch of the meat and everything. So I'm rambling on here now, but just thought I'd give a little bit more of a rundown of the channel. I haven't too much in many of the videos, but that's what's to come. That's what you can expect. And please, by all means, comment down below with what you would like to see specifically, whether it's us getting into it or a detailed video on something to do with what we already currently do. You can find our video on the tour of the greenhouse. We'll probably do a full farm tour. We got birds on 20 acres of pasture, and another property, a bunch of the breeders here. So We can kind of give you a tour of those as we get things going again this summer. The birds are already out on pasture. We can show you some of the different chicken tractor designs that we've made and different options and pros and cons. Joel Salatin, more John Siskovich style, that kind of thing, of how to get birds out, how we get birds out in the greenhouse early on to eat grass and giving them a range area, or in the chicken tractors with the heat lamp to get them outside just a little bit sooner, and the ducklings and stuff like that. So and some easy ones that just about anyone can build with a couple pieces of plywood and 2x4s and a bit of chicken wire, better yet galvanized, the hardware cloth. Don't use chicken wire. They should not call it chicken wire because it will not keep your chickens safe. A raccoon or anything will rip through that, and it'll keep your chickens in, but it's not going to keep predators out. So never use chicken wire unless it's high up. It'll protect from aerial predators. That's it. Do not use chicken wire down low where a coyote or a fox are going to get in there, because you're screwed. Anyways, smaller the better, keep a mink out or whatever, but electric poultry netting we swear by. We've never lost anything when it's working properly. But okay, enough's enough. This is way too long of a video. Like I said, find us Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, subscribe, follow us. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to all of our dedicated subscribers that we already have, and look forward to the new ones that we might get. Happy homesteading from our family to yours. I just wanted to add this into the video. Here is a better light. This is an egg candler light that's meant to fit around the egg. Here's an egg on day 18 going on lockdown. Here you can see this is a white egg. You can see a lot more going on in there. This is what you should see roughly on lockdown. If you're looking at a white egg, you should see that? Look at all that movement. You should see a chick or a dark outline. I can even see the feet there. That was pretty neat. Sometimes you won't see any veins at all. If you're looking at a brown egg, as we'll show you in a minute, look at that, eh? You can see the chick moving around a lot in there. It's not fully developed. The last 3 days they develop a little bit more, and then it'll pip out of into the air sac and out of the shell, like we said. But I'll show you. Oh, sorry, just a second here. So, and then here you can see brown eggs. You're kind of you're looking for that larger air sac as the water has evaporated from that air sac. This is about a good size air sac you're looking for. You want to see that it should be coming down the side of the egg a little bit. This one almost looks small, but I don't think it is, because there's other ones that look like a good size. Just looking at this quickly though, overall I would say that the humidity was probably a little high. The air sac could be a little bit bigger, but I think they should still be viable to hatch. So you can see in these brown eggs, you're really just looking for that air sac and that it's dark everywhere else. Here you can see some bad eggs. These ones we didn't remove when candling, and they're just not fertilized. Now, if they're near lockdown and you're putting them on lockdown, you're also gonna see, there's a dark Moran egg. You can't see as much, it's a younger Moran, but it's blue eggs. If you see a blood ring, or if you see them underdeveloped and they're not looking solid color, that means the embryo developed a little bit and died. If you see spots, like if you see dark spots and it's just kind of mostly see-through, that's a bad egg as well. But this is what you're looking for lockdown. Just thought I'd show you this with a proper candler. This one is, we got from, because people are always wondering, it's Little Giant, the brand. I don't really recommend Little Giant. We've had bad luck with almost everything to do with chickens. They're not very tough in our experience, but this candler does work well. It kind of jumps, the light jumps on and off. I'm gonna guess it's not gonna be the most longest lasting flashlight. It's probably gonna die on us. But it does work well, and you can look for other candling flashlights, or any flashlight that just really has a smaller top to it that can kind of fit around the egg, as long as it can close the light off so that you can see in the egg more and you don't have as much light dispersion around that's kind of blinding you to be able to see the egg. All right, we'll cut that out and cut this into the video for you, since this is a different day, different eggs, but just thought I'd add it in for it. Observation purposes. Here's an example of a bad egg. You can see there's some dark spots. There was probably some blood veins earlier on, sorry there, and kind of some dark spots around. So you can tell that was fertilized, began to develop, and shortly died afterwards, and just wasn't as viable of a hatching egg as some others. Oh, and now I just broke one. Look at that. You know what? They're hatching in a couple days. It might actually still hatch. Let's see if it was even a good... Look at that. I broke an egg on camera. Trying to videotape. Looks like it is a good egg. I don't know whether I should let it try and hatch or not. Sometimes if we have a little broken egg, we've actually hatched out eggs successfully by, if they're just cracked a little bit and they didn't freeze or anything, you can actually put a little super glue on them and seal it up. So this one I cracked a decent amount, so it might kill it, but I might put it in there and see if it makes it. We can see it moving around. There's a chance that I introduced some bacteria into there and it could kill the egg, but it's far enough along that the bacteria shouldn't kill it as easily as an embryo. And I might have just helped it hatch a little sooner. So we'll see about that. It doesn't look like I broke the membrane, so we might be in luck. Looks like it might still have the membrane intact past that eggshell there. So interesting to see that, I guess. And I can show you quick. Good, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, good, 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 bad, good, or sorry, bad, good, 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 bad, good, good. I think that's bad. I'll take a closer look. Good, good, good. So these Rhode Island Red, we haven't had the best fertility. We haven't been selling hatching eggs or anything for them. They need to improve on their fertility. We only have one rooster in there for quite a few hens. Is what it is. Sometimes we eat these eggs, sometimes we hatch them. Most of the time we hatch them, but they're we got another young rooster in there, and the other rooster didn't like them, and that didn't work out, so we're going to try and get another. We have another young one in there now, so once he starts mating them as well, we'll have better fertility with them. Gosling's breathing inside the air sac. We've got to get him inside the hatcher. It's ready to hatch. This one's one of the furthest along. The other ones aren't quite into the air sac yet. Get him in that hatcher where it's warm and higher humidity than the incubator, and got our first small batch of goose eggs to hatch. Okay, that's it. I see 2 dots. Do you see 2 dots? That's weird. Anyways, I'll end this video now. If you have any questions about candling, comment below. Happy homesteading!